Greetings, good people. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not, welcome back. All right, it's Hot Topics time. Please make sure that you are paying your admission fee as you're coming in by liking the video and also drop down in the comment section and share your thoughts. All right, so I don't like to waste time. Let's get straight into it. First up, Jennifer Hudson is returning to Broadway, but not returning to Broadway as an actress, but as a producer. Okay. So she pretty much made the announcement on her show recently that she will be returning to Broadway. And her statement reads, this fall, Dreamgirls is coming back to Broadway for the very first time since its open 45 years ago in 1981. Now, it's being reimagined for a whole new generation, which I am so excited about. Now, I finally get to tell you that I am a producer on the team for the revival of this iconic musical. There's going to be so much more to share in time, but I've been having so much fun working with this amazing team, and I cannot wait to share the incredible production this fall. So, for those of you, I'm pretty sure most of you know, in the movie Dreamgirls, she played Effie White, Jennifer Hudson. Now, I hope that she makes a cameo at some point because I want to see clips of Jennifer Hudson howling and hollering and belting out these high overly dramatic loud notes. Okay, Jennifer Hudson is one of my favorite singers. I love the theatrics, I love the drama, and she is no stranger to Broadway as an actress. I think that she would be better on Broadway than on a talk show, but that's just my personal opinion. I wish her nothing but the best. Maybe she'll make a cameo, but her being a producer is great. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Do you think that Dreamgirls needs to be reimagined, quote unquote, or remade for a newer generation? Or the original and then the remake is good enough? I mean, how many times can you remake and reimagine one piece of work? So I don't know. Hopefully it will do well. Her as a producer is not a bad thing at all. It's just another notch under her belt. You know, she is a EGOT winner. So I wish her nothing but the best. Good for you, Jennifer Hudson. But hopefully, she'll make a cameo of some sort, okay? Because I want to see Jennifer Hudson singing down. All right, moving along. So you guys know that Michelle Obama has her podcast with her brother. So she was talking about something very interesting. So take a look and a listen, and I'll share my thoughts after the video. Like to hear it? Here you go.
Period. You know, if it's early in the relationship, you shouldn't be moving in. First of all, I don't care how much money he has or doesn't have. Like, you don't know him yet. Maybe this will be controversial, but I don't. Uh, I think you can have deep like at first sight, but love to me, in most instances, because there are always exceptions, it takes time to fully know, have somebody reveal themselves to you over time to know whether or not your your affections and your feelings stand the test of time. There's so many tests you need in a relationship, but my recommendation is always take some time.
Yeah.
Make moving in like way down the line.
Yeah.
Moving in, period. You know, if it's early in the relationship.
All right, so sister, our good auntie, sister Michelle Obama, is basically giving some sound advice. And now, of course, she's giving this advice from her perspective. She is a married woman. She's been married for however, what, over 20 years, however many years, has two children with Barack, her husband. So she's just probably, she's a woman of a particular age and she's experienced some things probably first and second hand. So yeah, this is advice that she would give to like her daughters, her nieces. Um, I think it's good advice. I don't think it's bad advice. Unfortunately, because of the tough economic times that we are in, a lot of people are moving in with each other out of what they deem as necessity, to save money. I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram. I think I have one saved, but I don't need to pull it up now. But a couple of videos where people are like saying They don't like their girlfriend, they don't like their boyfriend, and they're only living with them because times are hard. People are not leaving their toxic relationships because financially things are hard and most people can't survive on one income. So I get it. This is great advice, but people are going to do what works for them. I think that everyone should do what works for you. People are going to do exactly what they want to do. This is not bad advice at all. And I think it's realistic in a sense. But also, there are some people who are in desperate situations and they feel like they have to do what they got to do. You know, some people believe in love at first sight. Yeah, let's move in. Let's not wait. Let's do what we got to do. So I think it's sound advice, but at the end of the day, people are going to do exactly what they want to do. But that's good advice, Mrs. Obama. It's good advice. Tell me what you think. All right. Moving along, okay? It's going to get a little ghetto, ladies and gentlemen. Sexy Red. When I tell you I am not a fan of this young lady whatsoever. So I don't know if this was a joke. I don't know if Sexy Red really recorded a sample, uh, recorded a song and sampled Michael Jackson's "Beat It" with the intention of actually putting this out. But Michael Jackson's estate said hell to the niggity niggity no. All right. So Michael Jackson's estate isn't playing with Sexy Red. They're speaking out after the rapper dropped a sneak peek of her explicit sample of the classic "Beat It." Okay, you know "Beat It" is Michael Jackson's song. We don't have time for these distractions right now. Okay, everybody has to get ready and purchase their glitter on their socks or sew their glitter onto their gloves and all that good stuff because you know the Michael Jackson movie is hitting theaters in April. So Sexy Red is Black History Month. We don't have time for these shenanigans, okay? So the track is titled Just Eat It, okay? This is her revamping Michael Jackson's classic song Beat It. And it was first previewed when Little Yachty posted a clip of Sexy Red rapping over the instrumental. So the lyrics, brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Just eat it, just eat it. You better not nut fast because I hate a minute man. And if the D is trash, I'm telling all my friends I'll beat your A double S. And we bought whatever. We about to throw hands. Sexy Red is talentless, in my opinion, gimmicky as it pertains to hip hop and rap. I think that she's gimmicky. I think that people like the idea uh, of just a fun girl that says raunchy stuff and catchy stuff with a catchy beat behind it. But it's a no for me, dog. All right. So the preview sparked immediate backlash, and the Michael Jackson estate says that it never approved the use of the song. We were totally unaware of this. The use of the music is unauthorized. Now, according to Billboard, Sexy Red should not expect any clearance from the MJ estate, meaning that the track will likely not receive an official release on streaming platforms. Good. And it shouldn't. Okay. Now, our good sis Lauren LaRosa, journalist extraordinaire, she basically posted to her social media that she exclusively spoke to a spokesperson from the Michael Jackson estate on Sexy Red's recent cover of Beat It, and they were clear that the use of her music was unauthorized. Now, a spokesperson for MJ's estate tells Lauren LaRosa, quote, we were totally unaware of this use of this music and the use of this music is unauthorized. So Lauren LaRosa did her due diligence like she always does, and she reaches out to whoever she can get a hold of to get an official statement, and we respect it, okay? Sexy Red, please, for the love of all things music, just just stop, just go away. You know, we have a habit of making the wrong people famous. I'll just leave it at that, okay? Now, speaking of ghetto, Gene Simmons, one of the members of Kiss, the group Kiss, he basically says that hip hop doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, okay? And he said, and I quote, "I don't come from the ghetto. It doesn't speak my language." End quote. You know, I'm really tired of some of these cloud colored people giving their opinions on certain things, specifically hip hop and black culture. We don't give a damn what you think. Hip hop is there are people, hip hop artists that have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it's not going to stop. The people who are in charge of inducting acts and artists into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame don't give a damn about what you think, Mr. Gene Simmons. We don't give a damn, all right? So let's get into this. Neighbors, this is wild. Gene Simmons, co founder of the legendary rock band Kiss, is voicing his opinion of hip hop being included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Simmons, who is 76, appears on the Legends and Leaders podcast, where he asked the host what bands he was into growing up. The 25-year-old host, Ben Weiss, said that he was actually more into hip hop. Simmons then brought up his disdain for the fact that the genre is included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not my music. I don't come from the ghetto. It doesn't speak my language. I said in print many times hip hop does not belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, nor does opera, symphony orchestras. It's called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Simmons said. Simmons calls out the fact that the that Iron Maiden isn't in the Hall of Fame, but hip hop pioneers are. Music has labels because it describes an approach. By and large, rap hip hop is a spoken word art, he continued. Then you put beats in back of it, and somebody comes up with a musical phrase, but it's verbal. There are some melodies, but by and large, it's a verbal thing. We don't care. We don't care. You, like you said, you voiced many, many times in print that hip hop and some of these other genres of music don't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And the people who are in charge of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees and induction ceremonies don't give a damn what you think. You know what's ghetto, Gene Simmons? Let me tell you what's ghetto. Prancing around on stage with your bandmates with your tongue hanging out like a demon with face paint all over you, hopped up on all types of mood altering substances, allegedly, smashing guitars, screaming at the top of your lungs. Yeah, that's a little ghetto. And there's an audience for that, but it's still a little bit ghetto, in my opinion. Acting like you ain't got no home training, climbing all over the place, smashing guitars. Anyway, unfortunately, your influence is not so much so that you get to determine who and what is inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all right? So have a seat, sit down, eat your slice of pizza, and be quiet because we don't give a damn, and neither does the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame entity give a damn either. I just think that this is a distraction. And yes, he did mention other genres of music, but as far as clickbait and what's going to get people talking is him talking about hip hop, and then also him saying he doesn't come from the ghetto and it doesn't speak his language. It doesn't have to speak your language. I just don't understand how uncultured people act like just because they don't understand something, then it shouldn't be. This is exactly what we saw with Bad Bunny's recent performance at the Super Bowl. A lot of people felt that he should not have performed because they were unable to understand his native tongue. Just a bunch of uncultured people, and it's so irritating. It's that American ignorance. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, and we ain't got time for that. So, all in all, Gene Simmons, nobody gives a damn, and neither does, like I said, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame people. They don't care what you think. Now, I do think it's going to cause a lot of conversation. I do think it's a bit of a distraction. There are many people who think like him, but again, who cares? You don't have the power to change that. So, yeah, there's that on that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. If you made it to the end of the video, I do want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to pay your admission fee by hitting the like button, all right? And you also have time to drop down in the comments and share your thoughts, all right? So I'm signing off for now. But I'll be back. Let me remove this. Let me remove Gene Simmons. Nobody want to see him. That's what I want to see. All right. So I'll be back, for something else. There's a whole lot of going on. All right, y'all. I'm signing off. I love you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.